Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you a 10-minute painting session that I did based off of one of the Art Blox Box cards that I pulled. And I thought we could just have basically a frank conversation about what it's like to deal with chronic health problems and using art as a way to heal, because for me, using art as a tool towards healing is so powerful. It's so influential on my moods, because even though my body doesn't feel well, if I can get an art supply in my hand, I actually feel better, emotionally better. I can feel it when I don't use my art supplies. If it's been a while and I haven't been able to get to my art studio, or I haven't been sitting on the couch with my art supplies and I haven't touched them, I can feel it emotionally, mentally. It affects me. I don't even know if it affects me more than it does to feel physically ill or not, but I think it does. I don't even know how to start the conversation of I've always had chronic health problems my whole life. It's just a way of life. And I'm well aware that the human body can have more than one thing wrong with that at a time, because I am a living proof of that. Like you can have more than one thing wrong with you. But I've recently been going through a rough patch, and it's been going on for a little over a year now. And it's taking its toll, because I'm seeing doctors and they're coming back with, I don't know what's wrong, but it's not my area of expertise. Or, well, because you have this, it must be that. Well, you were diagnosed with this once before. So, if it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck. Like, if I ever have a doctor say that to me one more time, I don't know what I'm going to do. Being physically broken and not having it visible on the outside is also really hard, because you feel like shit. I should probably warn you guys, like this, there will be swearing in this video. If that is not for you, I'm sorry, this video is not for you. But sometimes it's just like, fuck. Like, I don't feel well today. I'm sorry. You want me to do what? Or I have to work on a client project, because that's what I do. I work with clients. And meanwhile, I feel so sick that I'm just like, this is a shitty day. Sometimes if you're sick, a client will actually be understanding, like we're all human, and depending on who you work for, what your job is like, you're allowed to have sick days. You can do that. It can be hard to feel like that when you work for yourself. Like, I work for myself, and I feel bad when I have to tell a client, I can't work today. I have a migraine that's so bad. I'm surprised I'm able to put this email together, I'm about to go upstairs, maybe pass out from pain or vomit. I don't know. I can't decide. It's funny, but it's not funny. I once actually had a teacher. We were having a one-on-one talking session. I can't even remember what I went in there to talk to him about, but it was about the progression and the direction of my education, my art, and what I planned on doing, and advice. And when I started talking about how I grew up with certain health problems, and I don't know if you guys know, he was like, why aren't you crying? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in this situation where you're telling someone about this, whatever you're struggling with, and you're not crying, and then they go, why aren't you crying? Like, he literally just stopped and was stared at me and was like, Leah, why aren't you crying? And I was like, why would I cry? This is my life. I mean, I deal with it every day. Yes, I do cry over these things. It's not as frequent as it used to be when I was younger. I cried so much more, but I've gotten so much stronger that I don't cry every day because I'm in pain. I hit rough patches. I use art as a way to heal. And having him ask me that, it has stuck with me all these years. Like, I was in my 20s when he asked me that. And to this day, I can just still picture the look on his face when he asked me that. Like, why aren't I crying? And I just remember being so baffled. Like, why should I be crying? Dealing with physical pain is normal for me. It's my way of life. I'm in pain every day. You can't see it when you look at me, but I am. That's the problem, though, with invisible chronic health problems, is that people can't see that we're suffering. Because on the outside, we look fine, healthy even, but on the inside, not so much. I think I would be a very different person today if I didn't have art. It has been a creative outlet all my life. I have dealt with issues ever since I was a little girl, a child, at an age where you wouldn't expect kids to be sick and have problems. I was dealing with things, and I have my whole life. If I didn't have art to exercise and, exercise my demons of anxiety and stress, it's also where I put all of my hurt into my painting. It's where I can bring beauty into this world, even if I feel like shit. Art is healing. It's something I've always believed, something I've always gravitated towards. But with chronic health problems, though art for me is the bright side to it all, there are a lot of downsides to it, right? There's a lot of things that we deal with. And one of them that I struggle with mentally is when I make a promise, but I can't keep it. So for example, with round 2 of taking the Art Blox Box to Kickstarter, I promised so many of you that I would be taking it summer/late summer-ish time to Kickstarter, but I haven't been able to do that. I've been going through a fairly rough patch in my health journey, and there are just days where I just can't get myself to work on my Kickstarter. There are days when I just can't get myself to go down to my studio. I work, and that takes a lot of energy, and then I need to do something that is for myself, that brings joy into my life, because I need that emotional boost. I need to be able to breathe and relax. And so for me, those things for breathing and relaxing are spending time with my dog, talking to friends. And even though I haven't been able to see them physically for so long because I've been so sick, and that also is so hard when you can't actually go to the places you want to do, but finding a way to incorporate them into your lives is just, and the way I do it is via text and sending TikTok videos and things like that. But anyways, that's getting off topic. But if finding joy, and my finding joy is using art, reading. Because the weather's been so good, I sit outside. I take my art with me, because being in a basement studio just isn't helpful for me right now. So I create where I can create. And if that's on a couch or sitting in a chair in the backyard, that's what I do. And I think that's what's so great about art, is that It's one of those outlets that you don't necessarily have to do in a set position or location. You don't have to go there to do it, like with swimming year round. If you don't have a pool and you don't live in a place that has summer year round, if your outlet is going somewhere, doing something like that, it can be pretty difficult. But art, for me, is the ideal expressive tool for healing. So I feel really bad about the Art Blox Box and the fact that it's being postponed, because I have been working on a lot of projects this last year, and some of them need to take priority now because it's their time in the timeline that I've pre-mapped out for them to be worked on, which means I have to postpone relaunching the Art Blox Box. But I'm actually really excited about my next project, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I even show it in an upcoming video, because I've already just recorded it, where I unbox some art supplies, and one of those art supplies is something I created and invented. And I can't wait to show you, for you guys to see it. It has been an item that I use all the time as an individual with chronic health problems. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. But I just want to say, before the video comes to a complete end, thank you so much for watching this video. I do not expect you to leave a comment. You do not have to share any stories. I want this video to just be a way for you to know you're not alone. I'm sharing my personal experiences as a chronic health person. And I just wanted you to know that you are not alone. And if this story helps you, great. If you feel comfortable sharing, great, but you don't have to. So thank you so much for watching this. And until next time, stay magical.